This is Todd Tolhurst for Gun Owners of Maine. New York billionaire Michael Bloomberg's meddling universal background check bill will be on Maine's ballot in November, and he's spending millions on an AstroTurf campaign to inflict his law on Mainers. We asked real Mainers what they think of UBC.
If this goes through, I will no longer be able to help my friends when they're in need.
Because there's a lot of women out there who might need protection right away, and those women will be refused to get that protection legally. I deal with domestic situations quite a bit, and I see women that need a firearm right away, and I see the UBC law as a very dangerous thing for these women.
Because it gives the bad guys more chance to do what they got to do. A background check thing is going to make it harder for us legal, lawful people to own firearms.
I'm Robert Duhame.
I'm Eric Brayman.
We're really good friends, and we're both proud and responsible gun owners, and I see no reason why I shouldn't be allowed to let my friend Eric borrow any gun that I own and use it for as long as he wants and bring it back to me without having to pay a transfer fee and have a background check run in both directions.
And friends are family found along the way in life. Blood doesn't make you family. This does.
Absolutely. Guns save lives.
Guns save lives. Thank you.
It'll restrict the ability for somebody 18 to 21 years of age to be able to buy a gun. They can serve this country. I'm a veteran, and they should have the same rights as I do. But if this passes, they will not be able to buy a gun in our state.
I'm thinking about a law that Michael Bloomberg's trying to buy his way into the Maine state law system with. You're hearing advertised about background checks for gun sales, which is the first lie, because it's background checks for gun sales and transfers. This law does not stop New York drug dealers coming here and peddling their wares and bringing their guns with them. It does not stop the abuser that gets up in the morning and doesn't like his family anymore. It does not stop crime or criminal activity in the state of Maine. It does put hunters in jail for leaving the gun with the man that they just walked around all day with loaded. If they give it to him unloaded and walk away, it becomes a criminal offense. If they leave their gun in the camp to go to the store, that becomes a criminal offense. This law does not stop criminals. This law does put everyday people in jail for no reason. This law is not good for the state of Maine.
It's going to affect Maine guides and the whole hunting industry. For instance, if a guide has somebody come up from out of state to do some hunting and their firearm has a malfunction, they frequently lend a firearm, they bring extra, they'll lend a firearm. This will make both the guide and the non-resident hunter or resident hunter a criminal. They could serve up to a year in jail for that and large fines. Further, I think for taxpayers, having to pay for all these, for attorneys, for incarcerating people, it's just, UBC is bad for Maine.
Very simple, because it's against the law. Article 1, Section 16 of the Maine Constitution, which is the supreme law for Maine State, says very simply that the people have the right to keep and bear arms, and this right shall never be questioned.
I'm an avid hunter from a family of hunters, guides, etc. The last 5 firearm purchases I made, I got turned down on 3 of them because apparently I must have a name that's similar to somebody else's name, and I had to go back a day or 2 later to pick up my firearm. If my friend Jim, that I've hunted with for over 20 years, wants to borrow a firearm from me, we have to drive out and find a firearms dealer, pay a fee to run a background check on Jim, and then when Jim wants to return it to me, we have to run a background check on me to get my own firearm back. But how is this common sense for me to pay a fee to get my own gun back?
Right now, I have a pistol in my gun cabinet that doesn't belong to me. It belongs to a friend of mine. She's going through a divorce. Her and her ex are having a hard go of it, and she wanted me to keep it safe. And it shouldn't be against the law to do the right thing. And keeping someone safe, even for just a night is the right thing.
Because the only way it's enforceable is by firearms registration.
UBC is bad for me because it's like making it more difficult for sober people to buy cars to combat drunk driving.
Because it's going to turn everyday actions that we do as Mainers into crimes, loaning friends guns, leaving your gun in a pickup truck while you run in to get a cup of coffee and your friend's still in the pickup truck, things like that. We will all become criminals. This is just gun control, plain and simple. This is just gun control, plain and simple. Gun control, plain and simple.
For more information, go to UBCBadForME.com. This is Todd Tolhurst for Gun Owners of Maine.